We've been talking about it, folks. We've been talking about it for a little while now, how Disney is going to raise prices. Yes, not so good. Obviously, the new fiscal year has started with Q1 fiscal year 2026 for the Walt Disney Company as of October 1st. And, well, you got to make that first quarter look really good, culture. And they're going to do it off the backs of you. Here you go from KTLA 5. Disneyland Resort increases prices on most theme park tickets in Magic Keys. Disneyland Resort is raising prices on most of its tickets and annual passes. The price hikes, though smaller than in recent years, will affect most ticket tiers for regular park admission, including single day, multi-day, and Magic Key annual passes. To get an idea of what this all looks like, you can see right here Scott Gooston putting up amazing figures for us to let us know what exactly we can expect in the future when it comes to visiting the Disneyland Resort and how much you'll be paying. You can see those tier prices right there. At the bottom tier, not so bad. It's all pretty good, right? A $0 increase, but it quickly escalates $3, $7, $5, $4, $3, and then tier 6, $18. That means that if you want to go, like let's say on Christmas Day to the Walt Disney Company's original park, that being Disneyland, well, you're going to have to be paying $224. And if you think you're going to use your Magic Key to get in, nah. Even the top tier key, the Inspire key, I should say, the top tier key doesn't allow you access for that week in the holiday season right there at the end of December. But you'll be paying a lot for that. You can see right here, culture, for Magic Key, no increases on the Imagine or the Enchant. But for the Believe, it's an additional $100. And now for the Inspire, it's an additional $150, taking this to a $1,900 pass. By this time next year, it will be over $2,000 to purchase a annual admission to Disneyland Resort. Culture, your thoughts on Disney really increasing prices across the board right here. There's even more. We'll get into that in just a second. Please, your thoughts.
Disney's gross.
Yes.
No, I mean, this is it. Look, you've read and presented an excellent story here, and there is more to it, especially since, there are steep discounts happening at, to fill vacancies in the world. Over here in California, it's very sad. They're going to try to fix the gap that they have in their earnings with this kind of thing. And what's funny is it could bite them in the butt, because at a certain point, even my Southern California friends are like, I'm not paying this anymore. I mean, seriously, right. I'm still in contact with many of my friends in SoCal, and they're all very frustrated with Disney, and this adds to additional frustration. They haven't added anything. They haven't done anything of quality. If anything, they've torn things out that people love. Even over at Disneyland Park, things have been reduced in their quality and value. So why would I pay more money for that, Vash? I think at some point, some of the families I know will not be going to Disney anymore.
I think that's exactly what's going to be happening. And speaking of families, well, we have to get the best family man of that park place. That being,
you should follow
the
him.
Bradleys.
Yeah,
follow the Bradleys. Fun right here. Ron, hello there, sir. We were just going over the price increases for Disneyland, and while not as aggressive in years past, in terms of the raw dollar amount, I think they're really upping the cost of going via a slew of different things. And we're going to be talking about them throughout this entire show right here. But Ron, I want to go ahead and hear from you. I know you're more Walt Disney World, but Walt Disney World did increase prices as well yesterday, along with Disneyland Resort. Your thoughts on, look, they got to make that quarter look as remarkable as possible. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I was also looking at Disneyland prices on their annual passes, their Magic Key passes, and was it like $1,900 a year?
Yes, $1,900 a year for the top tier annual pass or Magic Key to the Disneyland Resort. And again, you have to go through the reservation system to even use this. It's not like Walt Disney World where basically you can just show up outside of a few conditions, like, for example, weekends of the Magic Kingdom and all of that. No. You have to reserve whenever you want to actually visit the Disneyland Resort. And here's the other thing, Ron. There's a strike system as well. So if you don't show up on the day that you've actually reserved in advance, 3 times in the matter, I believe, I think it's like a 3-month period, if I'm not mistaken, well, then you are barred from making a reservation, in turn going back to the Disneyland Resort until I thought it was 30 days. I'll go ahead and look up the specifics on that. But I know some people who have gotten 3 strikes and can't go, even though they're paying monthly for their pass or have fully paid off.
That I'm sorry. It literally baffles my mind that this is coming out of the Walt Disney Company. I mean, can you imagine what Walt himself would think of this were he alive today? It's just, it literally is baffling to the mind. And like you said, Walt Disney World is a little bit different, but of course, Disneyland relies on their pass holders. They rely on their local business more than out of state or out of the country business. And I mean, it might be a better park than Magic Kingdom. Maybe it is. I haven't been there in a long time. I've heard, I hear great things about it, but it's also now, it's really a premium park. It's not an experience for just the average traveler or average family anymore. I mean, we're in a time where it's probably more challenging than ever to make ends meet for the average working family. And it used to be a thing where it could pretty much be on any family's bucket list or to-do list to at least take a once-in-a-lifetime vacation to Walt Disney World. And a lot of families found when they would come in the 80s and 90s, they take that once-in-a-lifetime vacation, and they were, they loved it so much that they would look into, okay, how can we save money on this? And they figure out a doable way to do this vacation, maybe every 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I think that's gone away now, but also at the same time, we see so much less given to us for the price in the parks and these blackout dates and this reservation system and having to plan your entire day with a itinerary that if you break, you miss out on a lot of money that you may have spent. And I mean, we're talking about, depending on what you're doing, some of these things can be literally thousands of dollars a day. So
yes,
I just don't think they're making Disney for the average family anymore. They're clearly catering to the upper echelon of income earners.
I absolutely 100% agree. One of the reasons why I'm showing nighttime footage of Disneyland Resort right now is because we just ran a story on That Park Place. Actually, it was T3P Live, but coming to That Park Place very shortly, in which they are reducing the hours of Disneyland during the holiday season, which is crazy culture because it's like, wow, you're reducing hours. So it's, instead of closing at midnight, you're closing at 11, which means that a lot of people are forced to leave at the same time, which invariably means that you're going to be overrunning the streets like Harbor, Ball, Catella, and so forth, with people trying to get out all at the same time, and you're not spreading it out over the evening hours. I mean, it's an absolute mess. We're going to reducing hours, reducing value from those magic keys, and yet increasing the prices as aggressive as we are. It's quite profound. It's quite something. And by the way, folks, if you thought, well, maybe I've got like an enchant key or an imagine key, right? Which doesn't have parking included. So maybe it doesn't affect me. Oh, you'd be wrong, unfortunately. This is by Disneyland News today. Disneyland Resort parking price increases as well. Yes, so instead of spending $35 on parking, you're now spending $40. And I think they did raise the prices on parking at Walt Disney World as well. So this isn't just a Disneyland issue right here. Culture, is there going to be any end to these price increases? It didn't used to be the case where they were so aggressive annually with these, but now, I mean, they've outpaced the rate of inflation for a while and seem to be content with doing that. Your thoughts?
Well, it's the only way they can show any kind of profitability. I mean, if it weren't for parks and experiences, I think they'd be hard pressed to point to anything that makes money. The only reason that they were able to make or are able to make Disney Plus look acceptable is because of Hulu. The only way that they're able to make their overall earnings look good is because of the parks. And to me, I don't think we're ever going to see an end. If you think about it, just 2018, I bought. Well, no, it was 2017, or the very last year of the Premier Pass. I was able to buy it for like $1,800. And that gave me access to both parks and no restrictions and free parking and free access to the water parks and all of that. So if you think about it, Disney's value proposition is very terrible.
And to be clear, you're talking about the pass that encompassed all of Disneyland and Disney World, correct?
Yeah. All 6 parks, the water parks, and discounts. In fact, that discount competed with the club discount, with everything else. I mean, the only way you could add to the top of it would have been Tables in Wonderland. So, and like,
They still haven't brought that back, by the way.
yeah. Well, again, it would make the what do you call that? The all you can eat package they give you. No, that's not all you can eat. What the heck is that? Disney dining. It'd make that look less valuable. So it's just, overall, I just feel like Disney has gone downhill so far as this goes. There's not going to be a recovery. There can't be.
I think you might be right. I don't know how you can provide compelling new attractions, new experiences to get people coming back. Again, the stuff that they're doing right now is going to take 3 years with this Imagineering crew. I just don't know if you can make the parks as compelling as they once were, especially for a changing demographic, a changing time. For Magic Key holders, it used to be like, hey, if you live in the Southern California area, you just get a Magic Key. That's just what you do. Now, not so much. We've seen Magic Key sales actually be reactivated at certain times and certain variables, which we didn't actually experience before. And so I do wonder if there is a threshold, if they're approaching this upper limit. I think they've maybe acknowledged that with the amount of increases, the raw amount not being as high as years past. We're talking about single digit percentage points, but still very aggressive. As well, we'll go ahead and detail and highlight in upcoming coverage here on That Park Plays.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.